Get out because I had it set for the radio station.
All right, and we are recording. What's up?
Not too much. What's up with you, man?
Oh, it's a Sunday, so I don't know where I am half the time. I see you got your background working.
Yes, got that going.
It's a really
Looking
nice
pretty.
background. I
Yeah,
thought it was a real room for a second.
it does. It looks like a real room, except for my weird head right now with my disappearing headset, which is funny.
Yeah, that's why I turned that off because it does that. My MacBook does that. What's up? I'm Gator.
I'm Rum. How's everybody?
Uh, I don't think they're gonna answer you, Rum.
They're gonna answer
Um,
me. They're gonna leave it in the comment section.
we're we're kind of the dumb animals. We haven't recorded in what 3 months,
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, life gets busy. How have you been?
I fractured my ankle, so great.
Your ankle, your knee.
Yeah, my knee's effed up, but that's all right.
How are your
It's
fibia and your tibula?
just bruised.
Oh,
Just
okay.
bruised. Yeah,
Like your ego.
I like my ego most
How
of the
did you
time.
how did you sprain your ankle
I'd
or
like to
hurt your
say it
ankle?
was something amazing, but I,
Sexual acrobatics.
yeah, I mean, we could do that, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I was on the way to work and I pulled up at a gas station. You know how the pumps sit up on those risers, those concrete like curb sections, those little flat areas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I put the pump back, stepped backwards, but my heel got the top of that curb and I rolled it. So that sucked.
Getting old sucks.
I don't think that's an old thing. That's just a fucking wasn't paying attention thing. I could have done that when I was 20. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You
But
are accident prone.
a little bit. But it's
But
part of my charm.
it is. Look, it that's not even a joke. Like you are memorable for many,
all
many wrong reasons.
all the wrong reasons, yeah. So you've been busy with your book and stuff, moving around, traveling, doing some stuff. Tell me about that.
Have I? I mean,
Yeah.
I can never remember where I am or what I'm doing, to be honest with you.
That's called early onset.
Well, look, I do worry about that. I do feel like I'm a prime candidate for, I'm not joking, like Alzheimer's or something like that. Mostly because of my diet. I feel
No,
like
I
a
get
lot,
that.
a lot of that goes into it. Although,
But
plenty
you
of
you, you did the
whatever.
thing at the Comic Con there with Wayne over at the MHOG thing, and
Oh, right, right, right.
you
Yeah, I've
did.
I've been to two conventions in 1 month. Actually,
That's a lot.
it'll almost be three in 1 month. It'll be in 3 and 5 weeks total.
Oh, cool.
Because I went to Denver to help my buddy Travis with he was working over at, or not working, but he had a table over at the Denver Comic Con, um, or Denver Fan Expo. It's not called Comic Con anymore because they're really pop culture conventions.
Gotcha.
And so I spent like Fourth of July weekend in Colorado doing that, and then yeah, we hit a new convention. Well, it's a chain convention called GalaxyCon. They have I think three other ones.
Is this
Oh,
like
excuse me.
is this kind of like a MightyCon type of thing, or
No, MightyCon's a lot smaller, and I'm not
is it?
insulting them. They're a smaller con. GalaxyCon
Okay,
has money,
gotcha.
and so they're trying to come in on the New Orleans territory, and it was it was slow. It was slow. Sunday, it was almost not worth being there. I did meet Charlie Cox, the guy who plays Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
He walked by and I was sitting there. Wayne had taken Lil Wayne to the arcade, and so I'm sitting there. This guy walks by and everybody's kind of looking up, and I'm like, looks like the guy from Daredevil. Oh, uh, he was walking with his two kids. I felt bad, but I am a fan, not because of. I mean, I do like Daredevil, but he did this movie, this really amazing movie called Stardust.
I remember
Um,
that.
a great movie, all-star cast, including
It had Al
a
Pacino in it, didn't it?
no, it had Robert De Niro.
Or Robert? Yeah, the other one.
Yeah,
The other Al
I mean,
Pacino.
that is how people think though. Um, but he it also had like a young Henry Cavill that
Yeah.
nobody he wasn't famous at the time. But I was like, let me go say. I didn't ask him for a picture, which would have been cool. I'm not a starstruck person, but like I am a fan. So I walked over and I was just like, "Hey, I hate to bother you," because he was with his kids, you know. I wanted to tell you like I love Stardust, and he was like, "Oh, thanks, man." Well, he said it in an English accent, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
thanks, man.
Oh, thanks, mate. That was more Australian,
Yeah. Yeah.
but but yeah, I got to sit. There's a writer I'm a big fan of named Christopher Priest. I got to sit and it was so slow. This was Saturday that I walked up to him with a couple books that I wanted him to sign, and he goes, there was a chair sitting in front of him. He's like, "Have a seat," and I was
Oh
like,
wow.
"Oh, okay." That's that kind of convention. So like I hung out with him until he had some customers. I'm like, "All right, well let me get out of your hair
Would you like
because
a
you know,
sandwich?
huh?"
Would you like a sandwich, maybe?
I
That'd have
think
been
he
nice.
would have if I'd had one. But but yeah, I did have, you know, on the dumb animals, we talk about the dumbest of animals was humans and dumb stories and stuff like that. And so I went to this was after the last time we recorded. There was a book convention or authors convention called Authors Row in Baton Rouge,
Right.
and it's something I wish they were doing here. And I thought about trying to start one, but I don't know, lot of work. I don't know how much it would benefit me. Um, but it was their first time, and so it's a library convention, a mini convention, and so I go to this Baton Rouge library, and they had a really nice setup. They put a lot of work into it. It's a newer thing, so even though they had, I mean, it was a 1 day thing, and they had some people there. They didn't seem to be buying a lot. They did have a really interesting concept that I liked, which is they had a little booklets that they called passports
Okay.
with your name next to it. And so the idea is like whenever people would come in to go to the convention, they would give them a passport and a little stamp, or they gave us stamps rather. And if you got every author to stamp their passport, you could turn it in for the possibility of winning a prize.
Oh,
And the idea is, you know, and they tell them like, hey, well, you know, go to the different authors, and talk to them, ask them questions about their books, and it was a way to create engagement, which I really liked.
that's nice.
Um, that said, about half the people that did it were just like, hey, can you stamp my book? So I would put down my mobile phone game and I go, yeah, sure, here you go. They would go on their way. And this guy walks out, this older guy, about your age. No, no, he was in his mid 50s and maybe 60s. And he walks over to me very awkwardly. And
Like,
he says, no. His walk wasn't awkward. He just, you know, like
oh,
sometimes people walk over to you and they just have that vibe of like, this is not going to be fun. so, so the guy looks over at my table and I have my two books, and you know, and you've seen the covers. The Disney book, Earning My Ears, is white. Lies We Tell Ourselves is a black cover.
right.
Very obviously different. Also different thickness, you know. So
Different
very obviously
different
different.
genres, basically,
Right, but
altogether.
I'm just saying visually, when you look at them, you could tell they're two different books.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't have to actually even read anything to go like, oh, this is a different book. And the guy looks at my table and goes, "Tell me about your book," like singular. And I was like, "Okay." Wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Like that came later. The first thing he does is goes, where are you from here?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm from New Orleans." "Oh, okay. What part of New Orleans?" And I was just like, uh, uh, Metairie. "Okay, yeah, I like New Orleans." I'm like, All right." So yeah, me and my high school buddies, we were in New Orleans recently. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Small
we had
talk.
one of them was getting married. We were having a bachelor party over in New Orleans, and we drank a lot. We had a lot of fun, And at some point, I'm just thinking like, holy shit, are we really doing this? And he just keeps talking, and this like, and just like that, like, yeah, very monotone, very awkward. And I'm not okay. I am a rude person, but I try not to be mean to people unnecessarily.
Was he kind of that with that tone of like one time at band camp?
Yeah, except I don't think this dude got laid. I don't think.
Oh,
I don't think. I mean, maybe he did something with a flute. I don't know, but yeah, like just very like haven't been around human beings ever.
oh, okay.
And so he goes on for a while, and and again, I'm trying to be polite. It's like but I'm just like, can you leave so I can go back to my mobile game, so I can go, so I can play Disney Tsum Tsum again. And so finally he goes, well, all right, well, let's get down to business. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, tell me about your book, and again, book singular. So I'm like, yeah, well, okay. This book's about Disney college program, and I talked about it for a second, and he goes, okay. He's like, yeah, well, so I have a podcast. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm listening a little bit because I'm thinking maybe this will go somewhere. I don't know.
Sure.
But we both podcasted for a long time.
Yeah.
And so if you meet somebody that says he has a podcast, within 5 minutes, whether or not his podcast sucks. Like, like the dude can't talk. So
Right,
he
right.
proceeds to explain that he has a podcast where he talks to authors. I'm not going to name it, but it was a terrible name, very generic. And and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay. I'm like, this, I guarantee you this guy doesn't have an audience, but like who knows? Like
It's a nice concept.
maybe one person will listen and go like, oh, I got to read that book. So I was like, and I can talk forever. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So he pulls out a little notebook and he's like, I need you to write down your name, your email, your phone number, and the name of your book. So, which I don't like giving people my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get enough like spam emails about extend your credit or whatever the fuck scam it is. And but I'm like, all right, so I write down my name, my email, my phone number, and I write down the name of both books. And so when he picks it up, he looks at it, he's like, oh, you have two books. I'm like, yeah, like one and two, right, literally in front of your face, but okay. And he goes, okay, well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna contact you, but I gotta tell you, I talked to my accountant, and I need to charge you $1. And I blinked because I was like, I thought he was gonna start laughing. And I said, $1? He said, yeah, I need to charge you $1. And I looked at him and I
I'd hand
said,
him a single.
I looked at him and I said, no. And he blinked and he goes, no. And I said, no, I'm not giving you money. And the guy's like, well, why? I mean, everybody else did it. I said, good for them. Good for you. You have $5. I'm not giving you money. And he goes, well, why? I said, that's not how this works, dude. I was like, I've had podcasts before. That's not how this works. And he goes, well, did you try to file it on your taxes? Because that's what this is about. So the long and short of it is, he talked to his accountant about how he could file his podcast on his taxes, and they said, well, you have to show a loss, so you have to charge something. Now, bearing in mind, the government's not going to check whether or not you actually made $50.
Right.
So you could just lie and say you got paid $50
But
or
that
whatever it
isn't
is.
right, Adam. You shouldn't lie.
You don't lie on your taxes?
I do not lie on my taxes.
Me neither.
I think that would
Wink.
be wrong.
So, I was like, dude, like that's not how this works. Like you build your audience, then you if you get it big enough, then you can go to local places for sponsorship, And then if you get really big, you can go national. But no, like that's like no one charges their guests for the content that you need for your fucking show, you know? And so the guy kind of huffs and he goes, "Well, all right. Well, look, what if I don't charge you?" And I was thinking like this is not like an offer. I'm not paying you. But I said, "Okay, man." Like cuz I just want it over at this point. So he takes the notebook and he writes down no charge above my name and he shows it to me. And I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And
It's a little weird.
it was
That's a
very
lot
weird.
weird. Yeah.
And then the guy left and I thought for a second, I was like, I can't wait to tell people this story. Like, this was
That's
so
just,
awkward.
I mean, to me, that's kind of ballsy thing to do is just go, hey, I'd love to have you on my podcast. We can talk. We can get into your book and what direction it goes. But there's just the one thing is I need a buck. Can I hold a dollar? Can I get something? Maybe,
It
equivalent to a dollar, maybe like a pack of gum and like a 25 cents. I do that.
you get a handy behind the back door.
Yeah.
The thing, the thing, Rum, is like it's not just. You're right. It's insanely like ballsy to nervy to ask someone that. But the other thing is, he's clearly not good at his job.
No.
Like, so
But
I
he's just
realized.
starting out, but he's doing it the wrong way.
Wait, say that again.
He's just starting out, but he's doing it all the wrong way. And the people that paid him a dollar don't realize that.
Yeah, well, that's it. So all those authors that paid him, dude. Look, you're a writer. We all want to feel special, especially when we you don't have like your book in every bookstore across the country. You want people to read your book. You want to feel special. I get that, but I've been there before. Like I know what this is. And the thing is, like I realized after he left, that whole awkward. Me and my buddies were in New Orleans for like all that shit. That was sales technique. That was him trying to establish a rapport.
Right.
Here's the thing. There are two books in front of you that I wrote. If you were trying to make small talk and establish a rapport,
Talk
you
about the
have
book.
an opening. He
Talk about
never,
the
like,
book.
he did ask me about my book, but he didn't really listen and didn't really give me much time, you know? Like, he could have spent, like, just the Disney book. You can spend easily an hour, if you really wanted, making small talk about that.
Right.
I
Right.
wrote a book about it, you know?
Well,
So,
I'm going to be talking about my book here pretty soon. I've got a upcoming event at a library
okay.
um, down closer to South Carolina, and they're asking me to do a reading and kind of a discussion group about the book, like where the stories came from, inspiration, that sort of stuff. So, talking to a group of you know, young teens to young adults is basically what I'm going to be doing.
Awesome.
So it's kind of cool.
Where
And
is it?
then uh, I wrote it down, but I can't remember the name of the actual library.
Way
It's
to
coming up
advertise.
soon, though. It's I think it's within the month, so I'll be doing that. And then what else did I do with my
Is
books?
there any way they can find out where this is if somebody happens to be in
Yeah,
that
well,
region?
it's I think it's the Brunswick County Library off of
Okay.
17. So,
In South Carolina, you said?
well, it's on the border, South Carolina. So it's further from me, but it's like on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina.
Okay,
So
which one is it in though? Like, is it in North
it's in
Carolina?
North Carolina. It's Brunswick County,
Okay,
North Carolina, but it's
there
close
you
to
go.
South Carolina.
Gotcha.
We have like 5 libraries within 35 minutes of us.
So if you're in the border of North Carolina and South Carolina, look for the
Yes.
Brunswick Library, and we don't know what day it is.
I believe it is, what is this month? What are we in? This is
We're in
August,
August.
right? I think it's August 28th.
Awesome. So in a few weeks.
Yeah. So
That's
I'll
awesome.
be doing that. And then I've got something else in the works for the book too. And then I'm getting ready to do a review of the one I just finished up. So got to get that done.
Nice.
But it's book stuff. It's it drags on.
You sound so excited.
Well, it's it's tough, you know. I mean, when you're trying to work a job, and you know how it is, working a job, trying to promote the book at the same time. There's only so much online shit you can do with it, and it's just, at least I'm not an online guy. I'm not posting daily, you know, walking around taking selfies with my book and my food and at a restaurant. I just don't do that. So I need to find different ways of doing this, but I enjoy it, you know. So I hope the other one goes as well as this one has so far. I've gotten good reviews from publisher and stuff, and it's generating. It's just not generating fast, you know. So,
Well,
but
can't wait to buy it.
so it'll be good. But
Yeah,
other than
speaking of,
that, sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
No, no, you just reminded me when you said the thing about walking around taking selfies for ads with your book. Um, have you followed the Sydney Sweeney thing that's been going around?
Sydney Sweeney. No,
That's the blonde chick with the big tits that everyone talks about.
that's every blonde chick with big tits. What are you talking about?
It's like she's a famous actress. She's kind of the current like it girl.
Okay.
I mean, she's okay. I'm not really a fan, but there's a new American Eagle ad with her, and
Oh, yes, I saw this post with her in
mhm,
denim,
yes,
like a denim outfit. Okay.
right. And the whole thing is she's talking about it's a play on words where she talks about the genes that she's in, but also her genes as in genes,
Gotcha.
meaning she has superior genetics, and because I think she's like a 6.5. You
Gotcha.
know, like she's got nice tits. She has that, and I'm not trying to be mean, but she has that lilting voice where it sounds a little like you're constipated and also asking a question, kind of like that sort of shit. That is me. I'm not. I'm sure she's a nice girl. Um,
That sounds just like me when I'm taking the shit when I'm asking questions too. It's what's weird.
you
It's
like to ask a
crazy.
lot of questions when you're
It's
taking a
like,
shit. Poor
excuse
Amy.
me, do you have any toilet paper?
the Rome wife's tortured existence. But it's ridiculous. People are saying this is Nazi propaganda, and they seem to be serious about it.
Oh, they're retarded.
Um,
They're
it
just dumb.
is. It's absolutely dumb, but it made me laugh because I thought like I should get a model to take a picture of her with in a pair of jeans with my book in her back pocket, and it'll just say it's in her jeans.
I like it.
I
I
feel
like
like I
it.
could get a little bit of traction off this.
You know what you should do? Which speaking of models in your book, you should find. There's a lot of retro-looking models I know in that area that do a lot of like burlesque stuff and things like that. But you should find somebody who resembles the girl on the cover of the book,
Oh, of
and
lies we tell ourselves.
yeah, and have her dress in like the period clothes, that sort of style, and do
Hmm.
some shoots and do some photos with that. I think that'd be kind of cool. As a
Hmm. I
that'd be
actually
very.
have to look at the.
I think that'd be very cool.
That's a great idea. I'll have to ask Crystal if she has any flap because it's kind of a flapper
Yeah,
dress that she's wearing.
yeah, it's kind of a 30s 40s type of look, you know. I think it'd be
Hmm.
great for propaganda anyway. Make a nice poster and stuff, and then you would have a poster. You would have a poster for the book with someone
Absolutely.
that looks like
Thank
they're
you,
on the
Ron.
book. Yeah, it's
That's a
cool.
great idea.
I've been noticing a lot of artists doing some different things like that. You know, I've got some big posters made of my book and stuff when I do go to different locations and stuff, and it seems to help.
No, that's awesome. That would allow me to combine my photography with my
Two
writing.
passions in one.
See, every once in a while you get a good idea.
You're like Captain Planet.
But by the way, there's a new. I'm not going to talk much about this, but I just figured you'd find this amusing. There's a new Captain Planet comic book, which is
Oh,
it's a grim and gritty reboot
oh,
of Captain Planet.
because we've effed it up so much. Now he's just pissed and he's back.
No, no, I think they just thought it would be cool for Captain Planet to have a goatee. Um,
There you go,
whatever, man. Um, but
Captain Planet.
so one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm gonna let you go first, but I figured I'd introduce the story.
Sure.
Is there's a thing going around. Like we like to cruise. We're cruisers. We're cruising people.
Right.
We're also watch people.
Yes, we are watch
Um,
people.
we're comedy people. Your watch disappeared.
It does. Ooh.
Floating hand. But in most of the cruises that, well, I mean, you and Amy have done more than me, but almost all of my cruises, with the exception of one and the upcoming one, have been with Carnival. Um, and
I've done a
we
few
both
Royal Caribbeans, but this will be our first NCL.
right, but most of them have been Carnival. Um, and generally, there's trouble on cruises sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes.
but it's usually like someone being obnoxious. It's not. It's I've never seen any violence. Have you ever seen any violence?
One time.
Really?
One time.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was at a nightclub, and
On the
it
ship
was
or off?
on the ship,
Okay.
and it was might have been the cruise before you started cruising with us.
Okay.
It was stupid. It got diffused very quick because security was like right there.
Hmm.
But it was, it was as seen on TV type of violence. If somebody was, you looking at my man, talking to my woman type of thing, and someone wanted to dance with somebody, and he's like, "You're not dancing with her," and then there's a swing, and then it's like everybody's on the ground with their hands behind their back and zip strips. It's like that was it.
Rusty must have loved that.
Yeah, that was Rusty. Yeah, yeah. That was,
um, well, there's two things going on. One is Carnival is developing a reputation for being the cruise line that people get into fisticuffs.
mhm.
Um, so like because a couple of months ago there was the recorded on camera was a brawl
Right,
from people getting off of they weren't on the ship. They were deboarding,
right.
disembarking rather.
Yeah,
But there was like a 30-person brawl in customs
that's a
getting
lot,
off,
man. That
you
is a
know.
lot.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's something you ever see anywhere. I mean, I know it happens. There are brawls in places,
Soccer
but
matches in like Trinidad and Tobago, places like that, Irish
um,
pubs maybe.
people are trying to make it seem like this is, and there was a racial component because the people that got in the brawl were black. Um, but and every time I see it, and look, I'm not white knighting. I'm not like, well, I don't see color. I'm not saying any of that sort of shit. I'm just saying like most of the people that I've seen on cruise ships that act trashy were white. Like they're usually drunk white people.
Yeah, usually that's the rednecks got a windfall and decided to take a cruise.
Right.
Yeah.
On the last one we went on, they had that woman. I don't remember what port we were at. Well, actually, we saw her at a couple ports. You know what? It was the Bahamas. We were in the Bahamas,
Okay. I'm trying to
and
remember.
they had. You don't remember the woman that got really drunk and was screaming on the bus?
Oh, that bitch. Yeah, I do remember
Because
her.
you had to stop me because I started yelling.
Oh yeah, I remember
You
her.
put your hand on my shoulder and were like, "Stop."
Yeah. No, she needed to shut up. She needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we saw her at two different ports but I think she was white. She might have been Hispanic. I don't know.
Yeah, she
Um,
she was tanner than me, and I'm, not tan.
you I mean, you're looking like a tomato today. I guess
Yeah.
it must have been gardening time.
I was at the pool.
Okay, that
We
sounds nice.
pinking. My people pinking. So,
So there's that, and then like there was a list that got posted online of what's supposedly new rules for Carnival, but actually most of them are old rules.
they are old rules.
I don't remember all of them, but some of them were like you can't book a cruise unaccompanied unless you're 21.
Right.
Um,
Which makes sense.
yes. Well, I don't know
Yes.
about booking a cruise, but I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, you don't want a bunch of 16-year-olds getting on a boat because the one dad gave them some money to do it.
Well, I
And
mean, if you're 16, you legally you can't
you can
leave the
drive a
state by
car.
yourself. Yeah, but you can't leave the state by yourself.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. You can't cross state lines like by
When you're
yourself if you're under
16,
18. Oh, maybe it's different in the Carolinas. I don't know.
I always crossed the state when I was 16 in
You
Pennsylvania.
cross a lot of lines, Rome.
I do cross some lines. I do. That's a thing.
But so there's that one. Also relating to like people under 21, if you're a minor or up to 21, even if you got on the cruise ship with somebody else, you cannot after I think 11 p.m. you cannot be unaccompanied walking the halls.
And you, if you're, and even there, and at 1 a.m., you have to be. It's a curfew. Everybody under the age of 18 must be in the rooms.
Yes. Um, which again, I don't really have a problem. Like, what the
I should be
fuck? Like,
sleeping anyway. What the fuck? Yeah.
well, I've seen kids, like, it's probably kids doing shit like ding dong ditch, like banging on doors and stuff like
Banging
that.
on doors, playing the music too loud, walking up and down the hallway, being
Hmm.
obnoxious, kicking shit. You
But the
know,
one that is causing problems is, I forget what they call the dance, but there's a type of, uh,
merengue. Is it the merengue?
no, it's the lambada.
Is it lambada?
That's the forbidden dance.
Forbidden dance.
People do the lambada anymore. Um, no, there's a dance that black people. I don't remember what it's called. Like, there's a name for it. That's typically associated with black culture, and so there's three things. So they're banning that dance.
Is it tap?
Um, Supposedly they're banning any type of hip hop, which I don't think is true. It's probably only played in the clubs.
The hip hop that they're banning is anything that is full of vulgarity.
Okay.
So
And
anything that has explicit lyrics. Yeah.
the third thing is and I don't and this the rap music at least I kind of get. The third thing is um no more um speakers.
Yeah. No more Bluetooth.
Yeah, like you can't, which I think includes inside your room, which I think
Right.
is the problem. And so like there's been this narrative going around that Carnival is trying to get rid of black people.
No, they're not
And
trying to. They're just trying to get rid of stupid people. It's a big difference.
yeah, well that's so one of my issues with cruising is and look, and I hate the people that constantly bitch about America. Like
Hmm.
I'm very pro America. This is where I want to live. Um, but we both know that if there's anywhere that displays the idea of the ugly American, it's on vacation in other countries, and
Only
especially cruise
second
ship,
to UK.
because they're really ugly.
No, because
Oh,
most actual countries right now have banned UK tourists from visiting because they're so horrible.
really?
They're allowing Americans, but we're under watch. But all UK tourism has stopped in at least like 7 to 8 different countries right now
Okay,
because of
never heard of that.
the disrespectful demeanor.
Okay,
So, and that doesn't mean white UK or black. It's all UK. It's anybody UK.
okay.
So
Well,
just a thing.
um, but yeah, there is a thing where Americans go, and especially on cruises, where you're not getting on a plane, you're getting on a boat, and you're getting off the boat, and people kind of act like they're in Florida. I
Right.
mean, sometimes they are in Florida, but but
True. True.
but and I've definitely seen America, and it's not just cruises, obviously. You can go to Brittany Griner, the WNBA player who went to Russia for some sort of event
Basketball.
and had, I guess she must have bought weed in Russia. I'm not really sure how she got there, unless no, because TSA should have caught her.
No,
Whatever.
she had it in her medical bag, in her like her toiletry bag, and it was
Mm.
mist, and it was not true like weed. It was like vape and gummies and shit like that, but all THC shit.
But I mean, it's still
Yeah,
a banned substance,
banned substance, right?
and And in that case, like, look, I don't approve of anybody being stuck in a Russian prison, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, you don't have enough common sense to
Well, that's
know
what it
not to
boils
bring
down to.
drugs.
I think a lot of it is the reason these things are happening, and it's going from Carnival to Norwegian to Royal Caribbean. All of them are doing it in one way or another. They're instating the old cruise rules to try to combat the generational uh, issues, and because they've never kept up with the technology either. If you think about it, like with the Bluetooth speakers, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't want to be paying $1,500 for a cruise when I got to listen to my neighbor with their 45-watt Bluetooth banging till 3 o'clock in the morning all night long in their room. I mean, that's the reason why they even did the silent discos on most of the cruise ships now with the headsets, because it just to keep the noise level down. It's more respectful. If you're going to listen to your music, listen to your music. Just wear headphones. That's all, because the guy next to you or the lady next to you doesn't want to hear your shit. Especially it's just F bomb after F bomb. And they've got little kids there. What the hell's that about? Use some damn sense. You
Yeah,
know? I mean, I just think that makes sense. Like, don't, there's people have just lost all common sense when it comes to how to interact with people, because the way we've interacted with people now has changed. A lot of people don't know how to, like you said, that guy with the podcast. People
yeah.
don't know how to be around people. So they just think this is a free for all. I'm finally going to do everything I've ever wanted. And it just backfires, and people get mad, throwing fists every once in a while. And after a few drinks, that's what happens. I've lost my temper at people when I've been on cruises. I haven't punched anybody, but I've definitely made
Yeah,
sure to go to who I need to talk to and say, look, this idiot's doing this and I'm not putting up with it, or I want my money back. And they're like, yes, sir, we'll take care of it. Done. I shouldn't have to deal with your shit because you feel like you're more entitled than everybody else around you.
I think that's more. I don't think it's as much people don't know any better. Some people don't, but I think it is more society. This isn't it's not a color thing.
No,
In general, people, everyone has, they call it main character syndrome, where they think they're the star of the world and everything
right.
revolves around them. And everybody kind of has it. And I think a lot of these people think, well, I spent this much money to be on a cruise. I should get to do whatever I want. Well, that's not how that works.
It's not how it works. No, you paid the money to enjoy the cruise and follow the rules laid down by the people, because when you're at sea, you're not governed by anybody else but maritime law. And that
And they
people,
do have jails on the ship.
they do. And people don't seem to realize that it's not a slap on the wrist, because when you get arrested when you're on the open water, that becomes international. I mean, that can be an international issue. That could be you started a fight and a brawl on the boat, but in Bahamian waters. Well, now you've got maritime law. You've got Bahamian government. If you get into that port and they need to have you extradited, they have to take you back to the United States. There's money involved. There's lots of like penalties. It's just not a slap on the wrist and stuff like that. If you do something major and be stupid on carrying stuff on the boat that you shouldn't have on your person, I mean, it can go really wrong really fast.
Hmm.
Because and that's another reason why I think people forget, especially Americans, and I said Brits, but Americans too. But a lot of times people forget what they do at home is not acceptable worldwide. What you're in a completely different company or country. You have to realize that you know the rules you get away with and the freedoms you have where you're at do not apply there. If you go to Germany and flip somebody off, it's €250 fine and a night in jail if you're busted.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules in Europe that don't, there's a famous speech on this show. I think it was called The Newsroom with Jeff Daniels,
Okay.
um, where he talks about he's sitting next to a conservative and a liberal and or left wing person, and they get asked like, "What's great about America?" And I think the conservative says freedom of speech, and the guy goes, Jeff Daniels like laughs and he goes, everywhere has freedom of speech. Canada has freedom of speech. Like and actually
Oh,
none of
I've
them.
seen this. Yeah.
It went around a lot. It's also not true. And the reason I bring all this up is because like if you're in Europe, some of those have pretty strict speech laws where if you say the wrong thing,
All right.
you will go to jail, and
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a night.
Right. You can talk as bad as you want about your officials and your government here because you have the right to do so. You go to other countries and do it, talking about their government and their officials, that's not going to go over well.
Oh, it's less than that. You can go to jail for misgendering somebody in some of these countries.
Well, if you're that confusing to look at, that's not my fault. Just saying. There's a lot of mannish women and a lot of feminine dudes out there, and sometimes it's confusing. You're like, okay, well, I'm not even going to try to guess. You tell me, because this is weird. I don't know what this is, but something's happened. But you're comfortable. You're cool. Okay, I'm good with it. Just hit me with it. What is it? Cool.
Let's
You look like a Tony, but you're going by Mandy. That's fine. I don't care.
let's avoid you saying that to other people when we're in Portugal.
Yeah, yeah, I will do
Hey,
that.
let's not have that conversation. We're good with that. If I can keep quiet, you can keep quiet.
I could keep quiet. I just nod a lot. Sometimes I pretend I'm deaf because that's very PC. I'm like, all right,
You're transabled.
transabled. Is that what it is? There's a term
That
for it
actually
now?
is a thing.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Boy,
Yeah,
they just keep making shit.
there are people who try to blind themselves.
I
They
just close
want
my
body
eyes
parts
and I can't
removed.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't understand. Like I've never encountered a black person on a cruise ship that felt oppressed. Like they seem about as happy as everybody else.
I think a part of the problem when it came to Carnival was we ran into it a few times and we noticed that it became an observation more than anything else. And one of the crew actually confirmed it with us. The downfall originally to Carnival was when they started doing 3-day weekend trips out of specific ports. When you have the cheap weekend cruise, you can get on the boat on Friday, come back Sunday afternoon, and it's like super cheap. It's but it's balls to the wall. It was too much of a fun ship for 3 days, and people
See,
were
I've
using.
heard about those. I've never done them. You've done those?
I've done that, yeah, and it can get absolutely insane. I mean, we did one out of Miami that was. I mean, I thought we were going to have an issue. It was bad,
Okay.
and it was like a nightclub that no one stopped doing the entire boat. But you ever been or seen or heard about the parties that just seemed like the party's gone on too long and now we're all just completely exhausted, but we know we have to keep partying for party's sake. People are starting to get cranky. Everybody smells like stale cigarettes and beer. It's awful. I mean, and that's exactly what these 3-day cruises are like a lot of times, depending on what port you go out of. It's like the
Okay.
fucking smell out of the casino just rolled into every room and down every hall, and then all of a sudden you just add curry to it, and it's just weird. Everything stinks. Yeah, it's awful. The boat smell. It smelled. It smelled like a big ass. It's like this whole boat smells like ass, ass and baby oil. That's great. It smells like P Diddy's parties.
I'm just gonna avoid that altogether.
That's going to be one of my next books. It's called Ass and Baby Oil.
Um,
It's going to be great.
it'll probably be your bestseller.
Probably, probably.
No, in general, I was having just I guess an argument, a discussion with somebody online about this, and again, there was that prevailing concept of like, oh, well, all the trashy, violent people go to Carnival, and I was like, in general, in my experience, in general, Carnival is kind of like a cross between a Margaritaville and a Golden Corral buffet.
At times, yeah.
Like that's the kind of people that tend to go. Like I'm including
Well,
myself there.
You're gonna see. Well, they've already started that. They're starting to get rid of the 3 day cruises. Minimum is going to
Hmm.
be 4. So they know most people have to work on Monday. So if they take that cruise out to Monday, you're going to really cut the amount of people in there. They still need to have an inexpensive option, but the rules are going to be a lot stricter on short cruises. They're not offering as many things. They're not offering the extra meals and the benefits, the restaurants. It's all going to be more streamlined until they get a handle and people get used to the idea of we don't put up with shit on these boats. And I agree with them. I'm sorry. I think it should be there should be more of a stern presence when it comes to certain hours and the tolerating of disrespect and blatant ignorance thrown out there a lot of times. It needs to be addressed, and I think they have to figure it out because yes, the Carnival was the fun ship, but um, it originally was a family ship, and it's just gotten away from that.
It's still it's more of a family fun ship, in general.
Yeah,
Um, I haven't been on any of the cruises you're talking about, but I have a solution that I think would work. They could hire us and give us some tasers.
there we go.
It wouldn't have to be a lot. Like, I think if you give us like 3 months of tasing people that are acting up,
Right.
I think they'll realize what's up and stop doing it.
Well, you know what? We should practice. We should get some tasers
We
and just
should.
go around and just start tasing people to see how you need like a control group.
This is what I'm gonna do, Rum. I'm gonna find a company that produces tasers.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge them $1,
$1.
and
You can't charge them $1
I'm gonna
for
charge
being
them a
part of the
dollar.
group.
My accountant said to charge them $1, and we're gonna
Uh,
tase people. We're gonna test out their product on a Carnival ship, and it's a win-win for everybody.
well, what if I want to be part of this and I don't want to pay you?
No, no, not you. I'm gonna charge the taser company $1.
Oh, you're gonna charge the taser company. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they could probably
No, no,
afford
we're
that.
good. They're gonna pay us.
Oh, okay. I see how it works. Well,
No,
then
no, no.
you're
We're gonna
kind to be
provide
appreciated.
services.
There you go. That's good.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything right now, man. I'm just really looking forward to this trip coming up pretty soon, and I think we'll have a good time.
3 months.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna come
So,
quick. Did you
so
get all your flight stuff's all settled and everything's good there? And
yeah, I just need the money to pay for it, but it's
ah,
I
well,
got
the
it
taser
booked.
company will pay for it. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. No, hey, that's the way to go. No, I got my flights. I still have to get a couple of items. A Euro charger block
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because they have, including on the ship, they don't have regular American. They don't have proper charging blocks.
You can purchase those from Staples.
Oh well, I mean it's like $30 on Amazon.
Oh, I mean, you can get one on Amazon too. Yeah, I guess.
So I don't think we have a Staples anywhere near here.
Ah,
But so on August 28th at the Brunswick County Library,
as far as I know, that's the tentative date. Yes.
um, but just check out go online to the Brunswick, not you, but whoever's listening to this, if you're interested, because it sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, it'll be good. I get to talk to a bunch of people about and try to keep my stories a little bit PC, which is going to be hard because it wasn't a very PC time of my life.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be children present.
Yeah, around 12 to 14s.
Tell them the story about the open wound and vomiting.
Oh,
Kids
that's
love
always
that kind
nice.
of shit.
Kids love a good upchuck.
It's a real story, folks. So, um, so for me, August 9th and 10th, which is going to be this weekend at the Pontchartrain Convention Center in Kenner, is NOLA Comic Con.
Woo!
Uh, thank you. It's going to be a good event. I have a table. I will be selling not only copies of my book, but for the first time ever, I will have a very limited, I actually have to order it today, a very limited number of prints from my work at Jazzland.
I think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. So I don't know if a comic convention is technically the best place to sell it, but I got the table, so.
Just wear a cape. You're fine.
Oh, because of the super. Okay. I was like, what, super author? I don't know. Super photographer? Um, and is there anything else going on with you that you want to bring up?
No, nothing with me. Just boring stuff that doesn't need to be aired on podcast.
Fair enough. But tell the people, number one, the name of your current book that is out now.
Name of my current book is A State of Awakening. I have it over beside me. I was going to grab it.
You can grab it.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
It's not illegal.
It's going to be backwards, or you're not going to be able to read it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's called A State of
Filter off.
It's called A State of Awakening.
Let's see if it does it to me.
You can find it on.
Nope.
Nope. Yep, you're good. You can find it pretty much everywhere. Just Google it. It's Walmart, Barnes and Noble, all these different locations. You can find the book. And the new one coming out. I'm not releasing the title yet, but it should be interesting. It's in a different. This one's more of a vampire, anti-vampire type story, and the new one is a completely different direction altogether, with some government conspiracies involved and interesting twist. So
awesome.
we're getting that one out. So,
and where can people find you?
They can find me right now on Facebook, Instagram. Under I think everything's under J. Paul, or my name is Justin Shepik. So you can check me out there. But yeah, right under J. Paul Shepik. But if you just Google that, you'll find all my links to everything. So
awesome. And of course, you can find me on Instagram easily, santino.imagery, or santinoart.com is my website. And, there's links to my books. You can find a couple of free stories from Earning My Ears, my Adventures in the Disney College program, other short stories as well, and of course my work, my photography work, including some of my Jazzland work.
That's great.
So this has been fun. We
Yay.
are the Dumb Animals, where we talk about human beings.
Human beings being stupid. That's what we do.
And then we act stupid. So it all works out.
We always like to add to it.
Is it visible the leftovers of my headphones? Is that visible?
Was that the brown stuff on your shirt?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I really should have got rid. The whole time we've been talking, I've been staring at it. I got to get new lining for my headphones. Anyway, yeah. We don't really have an outro on this.
Dun 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 dun.
Dumb animal. Okay, we're done.
There we go.
Okay.